One of our main focuses here at Stowell Farms is cow welfare and cow health. We love seeing cows being able to express themselves. We've definitely seen a change in cow calmness from the robots. It's definitely brought a character out of cows that we didn't ever really see from being on the parlour. Hi, I'm Chris. I've worked here at Stowell Farms for 20 months. The farm is owned by the Wiltshire. They have had the farm in the family for a number of years. So we currently are milking 660 cows through 12 Lely A5s. There is 3 sheds with 4 A5s in each shed. The infrastructure was put here about 10 years ago, newly built on a greenfield site in which they chose a 38-point internal rotary parlour with collecting yard. The system we felt wasn't really right for the farm for moving forward. The replacement rate was a bit too high and we weren't achieving the yields that we wished we were achieving from the cows. About 2 years ago there was a change in farm management, so Neil Ridgway came in and took over. He then picked up the baton of introducing the robots into the system, with the system that we chose and with what we wanted to get out of the cows. Lely was by far the best choice for us. Lely Centre Yeovil helped us with startup training and got involved on startup day, which included teaching our staff how to use the robots, how to introduce the cows to the robots. So after the transition start and period, we only had 1 cow that wouldn't actually suit the system. I think this is a credit to the A5 and how the A5 works. It's brilliant at attaching to any cows and any of those cows that have slightly different udders to others. So the A5s, we've been immensely impressed with what they offer us as a system. They are brilliant with everything they do with the cows, from cleaning the cows all the way through to udder attachment to the quarter milker, which I believe is probably one of its biggest improvements for us, that it stops milking the cows after that cow's finished on that quarter. This has massively reduced TN damage and mastitis. The A5s are set up to do a wash 3 times a day, which they fully do a whole cycle, clean up into the buffer tank. This has helped contribute to a lower back to scan, and also I think for the cell counts it's improved dramatically. So the biggest change for us is the flexibility of the system that it allows us. We have many other things going on the farm, being the big farm that we are. So time's being saved. We're not stood in a parlour watching a cow go round, putting units on. The biggest worry for us was when we weren't in the parlour, we weren't going to see the cows as much, but we feel like we see the cows more and more in their own environment and their relaxed environment. This also allows us to pick up the fresh cows that are sick any quicker. Any lame cows that go lame that day, we're normally seeing within 24 hours. Since we put the robots in, we've seen an increase in cow yield. We were running just over 10,000 average per cow. We've just tipped 11,091 and that's still increasing. Our yield from forage has increased dramatically. We were at 1,600, we're now at 3,200 yield from forage, which for us is nearly a double, well, it is a double increase. The A5 links into Horizon brilliantly well. All our staff, members of staff, have Horizon on their phone and is accessible throughout the sheds. This is brilliant because if you've got a cow you need to question, check if she's been milked, if there's a problem on the health report, you can have up-the-minute data so that the staff can make decisions there and then in the shed. They don't have to come back to the office. It's all there on their phones and accessible. All the data that we get off the robots and goes into Horizon obviously links into the cow index. We can also look at each individual cow, the quarter, how long it's been milking for, if we need to 3/4 a cow, if that cow's got mastitis, and make those decisions as and when we need to for the cow's health and benefit as well. The information that Lely and Horizon and the robots provide is just really exciting. This also enables and helps me make decisions on a daily, if not an hourly basis. We have 2 Junos on site. They service each shed and they go off every hour doing certain and specific routes. They will push the food up, and what we have seen is an increase in intake from the cows when the Junos are working and going along. For us, the Junos pushing up the feed is very important. as when a cow gets up, she only eats roughly 5 to 6 times a day. If she walks up to the feed barrier at that point and there's no food there for her to eat, she's therefore going to go away and be hungry. The Discoveries do a brilliant job within the shed and are self-contained. These operate on a 40-minute interval, so they are doing a route every 40 minutes. Therefore, the passageways are always exceptionally clean. So we don't actually need to get in the shed, move all the cows off, get in there with a tractor and scrape. What I also like about the Discoveries is you can add water onto the function. So with our sawdust bedding, we never get anything clogged up. The sheds are immaculate at all times throughout the year. And also we feel this helps prevent any slippage from cows. We've also noticed a reduction in digital dermatitis from the Discoveries. This allows us to operate the foot baths on a once-a-day operation at 1% formalin. So as the farm as a general, we're always looking to improve and invest in the farm, whether it be for staff, whether it's for cows. We've invested heavily in genetics, staff training. We're also potentially looking at putting in another 3 robots. This will then take us up to 1,000 cows. But the ultimate goal is not the number of cows, but the way of doing and looking after those cows. It might be 1,000 cows, but it's also on an individual basis. So on a personal level, I'm extremely happy with putting in the robots and the support from Lely Centre Yeovil. As a cow person, the standard the robots bring and the consistency that they bring makes my life as a herd manager very easy, because I know that that is done every day on every cow is milked to 99.9% correct every time. From a business point of view, the economic benefits are obvious with the health status, the drop in mastitis, the lameness. Overall, this has been a massive benefit to the business in our goal to help and be at the forefront of agriculture.